morning. It's a very nice day to be all together with the best play in the world. This is a very good place for horses. We love them. Alors attention, une bonne journée à tout le monde.
Everyone has seen a horse in India. Some people have even sat on the horse bed to get married. But to the minds of modern men, horse is just another animal. We have forgot that this son of the soil has fought with us side by side when invasions were taking place in India. As a weapon of war and as a means of transport, this horse has created history and altered destinies. This is his story.
So there are two editions which has happened before. First edition was in Oman, which was hosted by the Sultan of Oman. Second was hosted by the King of Morocco in Morocco, and this is the third edition. The format is generally every time they go to a different country to experience the breed of horses.
We never saw horses in Europe with
this kind of ear.
like that.
Yes.
We never thought that.
Okay. Yes.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
They said, oh, maybe it's Hanan. What is it, Hanan? You know.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
They think that.
Yes.
I said, no, it's a beautiful horses. They are very strong and speedy and intelligent.
Right.
Very clever.
Very clever. Very clever.
Very clever.
So the format of the race is actually not a race. It's we call it endurance. It's a competitive endurance ride. So idea is that there's some kind of a competition where people can enjoy, the feeling of having a race. But it's not a race because the speed of the race is 8 kilometers per hour, which is very slow. And it's more to enjoy the the whole feeling of being on a horse and competing. At the same time, not. So that every normal Innois riders can also join in, and you don't have to be a professional to ride the horses. So it's more for fun, it's more for tourism, it's more for the horses to enjoy for the love of the horses.
I am a little afraid.
First time?
Yeah, first time, because I don't know him, and he's a stallion.
Yes.
He looks like a stallion.
Yes.
And strong.
Right.
And I told him I am 67 old,
Yes.
and I told I'm my son.
Yes.
I don't know if it's for me.
Yes.
It's for a young
Yes.
a young rider.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's very easy. Looks it's okay. The first time.
You sat on him?
Yes, and in 5 minutes,
Right.
you understand the horse.
They had an international endurance ride just now in Shekhawati, in Mandawa.
Yes. Yes.
And that was very popular.
Yes.
And we've been having a Marwari horse endurance for some time near Jalaman.
GALLOPS of India 2019 was a 200 kilometers endurance competitive ride in 5 days in Shekhawati area of Rajasthan, around Mandawa. 70 riders from 16 countries from around the world participated in this race. And it was done only on Marwari horse.
It's always a big challenge as we have no horses in India.
Yes.
We have to find a partner who can organize and collect horses together, because nobody has 70 or 80 horses from one one breeder. It's impossible. So they have to find a connection to bring more horses. Most of them are coming from safari. A few one are coming from endurance because actually they are really trying to develop endurance with Marwari horses, and they're doing a good job. We find out quickly was a breed, a very specific breed. We like it a lot. We were coming to try to see the location, and that's the story of GALLOPS of India. We start in March 2018. So that's really the beginning of the story.
Wherever you find the footprints of mankind, you will find the hoof marks. So God has created for us. They are the sons of the children. They used to have earlier. They say they used to have wings. Then they wanted to give it to the mankind. So now wings are gone.
India has known horses from the days of Ram, because during Ram's time we had the Ashwamedh Yagna, and so we've been training and breeding horses since then. Again, I don't think India is such a good horse breeding country as a breeding country, because over the years we've seen that we've always imported horses, and India has been a big importer of horses. We've always got horses mainly from Central Asia and Arabia, and because it was always a warring country and a rich country, so there was always a market for horses. And so we have the Akil Take breed that came in from Central Asia. We had the horses from Afghanistan, we had horses from Arabia. And when the British came in, the English horses and the Australian Whalers. Now the Marwari horse is, how I understand it, there was no concentrated effort to make the Marwari breed. It was each Tikana or each state bred horses for their use and for how they like them. So I think over the centuries that all the breeds that came in and that got mixed, and the qualities that people liked, and they acclimatized to the heat and the conditions of Rajasthan, and that produced the Marwari horse.
And he don't like, he like very much the sun. He don't like the road with the piers. Because he's not his ground. His ground is the sun.
As a horse, as of now, it was, I mean, the height is increased in recent years. We have bred horses that are much bigger because we like them to be bigger. But for thousands of years, we kept them at around 15 hands because it was the most practical and useful height, easy to climb onto the horse and get off. And as a horse, it has a very light action. It's a warm, it's a hot breed. It's not a cold breed. It has a nice head carriage. It is very light in action. It very comfortable to sit on, And I think all these points we bred into the horse because we used it for travel. And it's a very good companion. Temperamentally, it is a little hot, but that is not so bad when it comes to traveling because it's not lazy and you can run a Marwari horse to death because it'll keep giving till it collapses.
The speed, first of the speed,
Right.
they are very strong horses. They want to walk fast. They have a good walk.
Right.
Because the field here is very sandy.
Right.
Sometimes it's a bit strong, but
Right.
most of the time it's very sandy.
Sandy,
So
yes.
sandy field like this can be damage the horse on a long distance.
Right.
But these horses are very adapt. They fit.
Right.
The fit and their architecture, we say,
Yes.
scolectic architecture
Yes.
is very made for that.
Right.
So they're doing very well.
And came here because my son organized the gallops of India.
Yes.
And it's the first time I make the gallops. And I don't know the endurance.
Okay.
Yes, before. But I am very happy with this horse,
Okay.
Drona.
And there I saw Drona. He was a majestic Marwari stallion with amazing looks and personality. The way he would stride filled me up with passion and glory. Drona's rider in this race was Mr. Philippe, who is a renowned horse guy from France, owning 700 horses back home. I was excited to see how Drona performs in this race.
He's amazing.
Right.
Oh yes, I don't see a horse like this
Right.
because when he is in the sand,
Right.
he's a machine.
Right.
And he began to walk like this,
Yes.
and like swimming.
Yes.
And he's machine and the very fast.
Right.
And the other horse can.
Not match him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And he's so and is voluntary
Yes.
too.
Yes.
More the other horses. He's a very good friend during the gallops.
Okay.
And I love these horses. I want to take him and go in France with him.
ऐसा जो इवेंट है, इस इवेंट के अंदर 16 देशों के जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं वो जब इन घोड़ों को राइड करके आ जाए हैं तो मुझे ये शब्द कहे गए हैं कि हमने बहुत सारी जगहों के ऊपर राइड किए, सवार भी अलग अलग जगह से आए, इवेंट भी तीसरा है, लेकिन इतने अच्छे घोड़े उन्होंने नहीं पाए।
The connection I think is the hurt.
Okay.
The hurt to give the hurt at horse before.
Yes.
And the horse received that.
Okay.
And after we have a connection.
And then the connection.
You had to love the horse.
It is a fearless, faithful breed which was very loyal to its masters.
Right.
And it was the cavalry horse in medieval periods. All the wars were fought on Marwari horses. And there has been very famous horses which is known to all over the country, like Chetak of Maharana Pratap, Udal of Maharaja Amar Singh Rathore, who leaped over the walls of Agra fort. From then there is Veer Durgadas Rathore, his horse Arbud. Like that, we had these horses, and each horse has got a big history behind it. They have proved themselves in war, they have proved as loyal horses, they have been, you see, the pioneers in winning the wars.
जो 70 घोड़े लगे हैं, इन 70 में से 40 से 50 घोड़े तो अभी भी अपने सवार को खींच के ले जा रहे हैं, जबकि ये घोड़े ऑलमोस्ट 160 किलोमीटर खत्म कर चुके हैं। तो ये बता रहा है कि इन घोड़ों में दम है, इन घोड़ों को सही ट्रेनिंग की ज़रूरत है। अगर हम सही ट्रेनिंग और सही से गेम खेलना सीख जाए तो इन घोड़ों को कोई नहीं रोक सकता। अगर ऐसे 2-3 इवेंट हो जाएं तो इन घोड़ों की न तो प्रसिद्धि रोकी जा सकती है, न इनकी क्षमताओं को रोका जा सकेगा।
I began to ride the horses at 3 years with my father. Between the saddle and my father, I ride the horses, and after I began to make jumping at 15 years, and after the jumping, I am a breeder of thoroughbred.
These certain families also understood before the general population understood what Marwari was. So I think they've played a big role in preserving this breed, and we should be all thankful for these families who've led the way. And we, of course, we all very youngsters. We also learning from other people and from families, and it actually has opened a way for us because of course we have something to follow on. So it is, but also more the people, the merrier it is. So I feel the more people take interest, the better for the breed.
Those days, that's in 1997, I joined them. And at 97 onwards, we started working on the Marwari breed. Those days, it is a surprising thing that this Marwari breed was on near extinction. As per FAO report, this breed was in extinction. And though Marwar is the hometown of Marwari breed, there were little horses who were good due to the breed and specifically Marwadis. So this was a little worry that our own indigenous breed, which is Marwari, which has got a great historical background,
was near to the extinction.
Near to an extinction. So first of all, we started think that our own thing. We established the breed characteristics. We got in touch with all the leading scientific institutions like National Research Center on Equines and other institutions. Then we had a seminar here, and in 2004 we formed the Marwari Horse Society. This was known as All India Marwari Horse Society, and by that time we also established the breed characteristics of this Marwari breed.
I think whoever keeps Marwari horses, they all know that this is how important the breed is, and I think most of the horse lovers, they know that it's important to save and breed, because there was a point when we've been ruled by British for 200 years. There was a policy of British where they made us feel inferior about our own origin, about our animals, about the product we made. This is the policy of the British. So there was a decline in the horses at that point of time.
Today was the last day, and I could not see Drona in the race. Everyone was exhausted yet excited for the finale, including 93-year-old Mr. Andre. But I could not see Drona. Later I got to know Drona got a sprain in his back during the race. It was heartbreaking. It was a great race, well organized, which showed the riders from around the world a glimpse of Rajasthan on Marwari horse's back.
the kind of people who are breeding and kind of people who are coming forward now.
Yes.
I've been interacting with everywhere and there's especially Rajasthan.
Right.
They love horses.
Right.
They love to do something different.
Right.
There was a time when people just wanted to become engineers, engineering college, and
Right.
now they have started. Apart from the stress busting,
Yes.
there is equine therapy.
Yes.
If you are next to a horse,
Yes.
your stress goes away.
For me, I always thought that this horse was coming from the ages, from love, from passion, from also some, troubled time, war, difficulties, like always, and antagonism. But so he was carried the history of the state, like our own horse, even of course more modestly, represents something for the territory we are. And over and beyond that, what strikes me always is the passion for horses in fact become the passion for people. Because the passion for horses is universal. You find that everywhere.
We also need to now get the ban on export removed, but limited export. We don't want all the best horses going out, but because it was for protection of the breed, export was banned by the government. It still is banned. But now all the horse societies are making an effort that they allow limited export. So that will again not only make it well known world over, which it already is, but also it will encourage the breeders, because the values will go up.
In Rajasthan, every household has a story of a horse which is still inspiring the new generations. In the battlefields of Rajasthan, this horse had been braving the wars of Rajput, surviving the indignity of the British Raj, and still completing the courses of Shekhawati. It is time for his glory. It is time for the glory of the lost prince, Marwari horse.
I found out Drona is now in Jaipur at his home with his owner Viku Singh and doing great. It was heart fulfilling to see Drona again, and I hope next time he wins.
अमुरावे थारी बोली प्यारी लागे मारा राधे अमुरावे जीवो ये मुरावे अमुरावे जीवो ये मुरावे साजन चाल्या चाकरी कांदे दरी बंदूके साजन चाल्या रे चाकरी कांदे दरी बंदूके ते तो चालो रे साथ में नहीं मरु कटारी खाए सिरदारे सारी सूरत प्यारी लागे मारा राधे अमुरावे तारी बोली मीठी लागे मारा राधे अमुरा